Welcome back to Crypto Mates AI. Gary here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. It really does help with the algorithm. Now let's get into this. We're sitting at $3.12, trading within a range of 309 to 315. That range is starting to tighten up again. We're holding that support line of around 310. I don't see any issues coming into play, but like I said, you know how crypto is. And just after an orchestrated, manipulated crash, of course, a whale scoops up 19 million XRP worth $61 million in a single buy on Upbit. This kind of move can send ripples through the whole market. Now, do you think this is just all coincidence? Nah, we don't believe in coincidences around here. I know pretty much everybody in this space knows who Michael Saylor is, but did you guys know he was the biggest loser in the dot-com bubble burst? The biggest loser. He lost billions. And now he's running probably the biggest scam of them all, Bitcoin. Let's see what this is about. The Michael Saylor mystery docs and Bitcoin cult. Saylor, the face of BTC maximalism, isn't as simple as a billionaire who bet it all on BTC. Dig deeper into filings, lawsuits, and old memos, and you'll see the story of contradictions and mystery within XRP. Let's go down this old rabbit hole. This one should be good. The Lost Memo, 2013. Saylor once wrote, Bitcoin's days are numbered. It seems like just a matter of time before it suffers the same fate as online gambling. Yet by 2020, called it the apex property of the human race. What flipped? What changed? The balance sheet gamble. SEC filings show MicroStrategy mortgaged its future. $2.2 billion in debt, majority backed by BTC collateral, $150 million annual interest payments. One price crash equals corporate wipeout. The Washington tax case. In 2022, the D.C. Attorney General sued Saylor for tax fraud. He and MicroStrategy paid a $40 million settlement. The Bitcoin saint image? Not so saintly when the court steps in, is it? The leverage play. MicroStrategy loans. Silvergate, Citibank, other banks he claims Bitcoin will replace. The irony? The same TradFi giants he bashes are holding his balance sheet together. BTC lobbying trail. FOIA docs plus lobbying registry show BTC-aligned groups funding campaigns in D.C. Guess who was spotted in closed-door Capitol Hill meetings? Saylor himself. On-chain connections. Chain analysis links suggest MicroStrategy's buys are timed around Tether minting waves. Coincidence or a liquidity corridor between Saylor and shadowy players? The cult branding. Vestor decks leak the 2021 show BTC pinched as a corporate religion, where MicroStrategy is the highest priest. No diversification, no plan B, only Bitcoin. Do you really think this is a good idea? Comment down below and tell me, do you guys believe in no diversification, no plan B, and only buying Bitcoin? I understand buying Bitcoin if you got a lot of money and if you're wealthy already. It makes sense. But to buy it and think it's going to make you wealthy as a normal person, that's just not going to happen. Ripple versus Saylor. Ripple fought the SEC, pushing for global regulatory clarity for XRP. Saylor lobbies behind closed doors, calls everything except BTC as security. Two very different strategies. My final thought, Saylor's story isn't just brilliant CEO goes all in on Bitcoin. It's a tangled web of leverage, lawsuits, contradictions, and maybe, just maybe, a bigger play we don't see yet. If you found this information useful, please share, like, and subscribe. Comment down below so it gets out to as many people as we can. Most DLT projects in finance focus on 1 to 2 specific areas. HBAR is simply attacking all things finance at once. CBD infrastructure with Amtech, loyalty points Melendez, consumer payments SKUX, micropayments Drop, retail payments Aussie Pay Plus, stablecoin payments Shinhan Bank, Forex Aberdeen and Lloyd's, tokenized assets, Archex, real estate, Open Brick and Six Group, wills and inheritances, DIFC courts, cross-border, Novati, venture, Saudi Ministry of Investment. Finance goes beyond just markets, payments, and tokenizations. You got to account for moving to DLT-based financial infrastructure and all the plumbing around it. And that's exactly what Hedera and HBAR ecosystem has done. The Laundromat trap. Ukraine's Zelenskyy funnels $50 million per month through UAE sell firms, but Ripple and XRP is about to flip the switch. Washington knows, Moscow knows, this isn't corruption out of control. It's controlled corruption, a laundromat built to collapse. The UAE is the perfect laundromat. Free zones, opacity, offshore shell firms with diplomatic protection. Billions move silently through Dubai's towers every week. But here's the twist. The U.S. allows it. Why? Because the laundromat is a trap. Ripple has been embedding corridors in the Gulf for years. ODL pipelines in the UAE, Bahrain, and Saudi aren't future experiments. They're the kill switch. The day they decide, every hidden flow through Dubai flips into a transparent XRP rail. Think about it. Why would Ripple secure licenses with DIFC and DFSA? while quietly expanding into Mania. Because this is where the dirty pipes run, they're wiring the trap from the inside, building rails right under the noses of oligarchs, politicians, and arms dealers. 50 million a month is pocket change. The real prize is multi-trillion shadow economy that runs through the UAE hubs. Gold smuggling, oil swaps, sanctioned trade. All of it runs through the laundromat. Ripple corridors mean it won't stay hidden for long. This isn't just about crypto adoption, it's about financial war. The US is letting the corruption peak because they already have the replacement system locked in, XRPL. Once the switch flips, every shadow dollar becomes traceable, audible, and taxable. The empire wins twice. The old order will scream, shell firms will burn, fortunes will evaporate, but make no mistake, this was the plan. XRP isn't just a neutral bridge, it's the ultimate trap, collapsing the global laundromat into transparent rails. Comment down below and tell me what you guys think about that. That's pretty damn interesting. And last up, the prophecy is unfolding. Revelation 13 in the XRP ledger. Let's see what this involves. 2,000 years ago, the book of Revelation warned of a system where no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark. Today, that prophecy isn't allegatory, it's becoming financial architecture. The rails are blockchain, the weapon is identity, the battlefields is XRPL. Revelation 13, 16, and 17, described as universal identification for commerce system. Rich or poor, slave or free, no escape. Fast forward, digital IDs, CBDCs, and biometric tracking. The prophecy has evolved into tech. Fingerprints, retinal scans, and now genomics. Why the XRP ledger? Because it's the only blockchain with the institutional grade speed, scalability, and neutrality to host such a global system. Ripple built corridors worldwide when the rest of the crypto was distracted with meme coins. Enter DNA on chain. DNA protocol is onboarding medical labs encoding genomic identity onto XRPL and issuing XDNA that link your biological source code to the ledger. The prophecy said forehead and hands. Today, it's your DNA. Look deeper. BlackRock's ETF ticker, XDNA, was no accident. The elites are making their blueprint, a corporate ETF TradFi mirrored by the genomic anchoring protocol on the XRPL. The mark, it's not a stamp, it's your biological identity anchored to the rails they control. The prophecy warns no one can buy or sell. Translate, without genomic linked ID, you'll be excluded from tokenized financial systems. Imagine being unable to transact because your DNA profile isn't anchored on chain. The rails are XRP, the passport is XDNA. But here's the duality. What looks like enslavement can also be liberation. XRP ledger is neutral. If controlled by elites, it's the mark. If reclaimed by the people, it's the sword that cuts the beast's grip, turning surveillance into transparency and accountability. The book of Revelation wasn't a warning of inevitability. It was intel from the future. We are watching prophecy, finance, and genomics merge. The mark is being coded right now. Question is, will you be enslaved by it or will you front run it? Well, that's what I have for you folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on Crypto Meets AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.